are over 21,000. There are some states and union territories that have no coronavirus cases at the moment. Now, this includes Goa, Arunachal, Manipur, Nagaland, Sikkim, and union territories of Daman, Dadra Nagar Haveli and Lakshadweep as well. India's recovery rate, meanwhile, stands nearly at 20%. We're at 19.9% at the moment. Meanwhile, one of the big issues, of course, through this entire lockdown has been the issue of migrant workers who have been left in the lurch with no livelihoods and no way to get back home. So many of them have been trying to reach back home on foot. In fact, a large number of them have been stranded across the nation in various parts. It's been a month of lockdown now. And in fact, states have raised the issue with the centre, but there has not been a concrete response so far. But how the centre is going to actually respond to this issue still remains to be seen. But let's take you through some of these latest instances of migrant workers trying to make it back home. Let's in fact first tell you about the Bengaluru issue in Karnataka. 41 migrants from Uttar Pradesh working as daily wage workers in Bengaluru set off on bicycles 4 days ago and have today reached a district about 600 kilometers from Bengaluru in Karnataka. They rested by the roadside. They were given food and water by the villagers and volunteers who in fact spotted them. They're headed to Hardoi district of Uttar Pradesh. Shrija joining us for more details. Shrija, of course, there have been multiple instances of migrant workers trying to make their way back home, to different parts of the country. Tell us about this particular incident.
Well, that's right, Ravni. In fact, what we understand is that including the checkpost, the police or the security, they were not aware of the fact that where people, nearly 41 of the migrant workers who had arrived all the way from Uttar Pradesh to work here in the city of Bengaluru as daily wage workers. Remember, it's been already 4 days since they left the city. This is on their bicycles. And they have traveled so far nearly 600 kilometers all the way from Bengaluru to Vijaypura, a district in the state of Karnataka. We see that speaking to the Labour Commissioner, he also did tell us that none of the security, especially the checkpost police, were aware of the fact that they were crossing various districts' border. Had they known, they would have stopped them at the district. This is just right after Bengaluru. They would have been given especially shelters, what we are being told. But right now, after getting in touch with the Labour Department, they tell us that the Deputy Commissioner of the Vijaypura district have been informed, and they've also been asked to track, especially these 41 of them who are leaving, especially on the bicycles to Uttar Pradesh, where they will be stopped. Remember, it was just last night where they had halted, arrived at Vijaypura district. They were provided food. There are some of the volunteers we know that, especially who have come, the COVID warriors who have come out to help, especially migrant people. But this is something what we're looking at, where they not just on the days when they did not have really food, they cooked by the roadside, and then they had their food. They also slept by the roadside. There were several of the villagers who had come out to offer the help. Now, this is something that we're seeing where nearly 41 of them have crossed nearly 600 kilometers.
All right, Shrija, thanks so much for joining us with all of those details. Let's, in fact, another incident in Tamil Nadu, in fact, where 26 migrant workers were spotted by cops in a truck when the truck was stopped for checking at a checkpost in Namakkal. The 26 migrants from Rajasthan had apparently covered a distance of 200 kilometers on foot, and then they managed to hitch a ride on the truck. Now, they have been stranded and been provided shelter at a government college. Let me go across to Pramod for more details. Pramod, so this group of migrant workers were headed to Rajasthan. They walked for several kilometers, then they hitched a ride on a truck, and finally they have been given shelter at Namakkal.
Well, it's absolutely like an unfortunate story that has unveiled in Namakkal today. And just like you mentioned, these migrant workers, 26 of them, were a part of a batch that has reached Kerala back in March looking for a job through an agent. But however, within a couple of days of them reaching, the lockdown was imposed, and they did not have any money or any place to stay. All they can do was try some way or the other to find to reach back, and that's what they did. In fact, the path between Kerala and Tamil Nadu is completely covered with forest line, and they have crossed through Chennai district and entered Karur. And there, this particular vehicle, which had a Rajasthan registration, and they had hitched a ride on it. And as it was crossing Namakkal, in the state of Tamil Nadu, essential service vehicles are not stopped, but this one is a motor vehicle parts carrying vehicle. So that's why the police had stopped to find out what exactly was happening, and that's when they were shocked to find these 26 people crammed inside a single room and claiming that they were all the way to Rajasthan. So the police actually asked them to deboard, and they have given them a shelter right now, and they've informed them very strictly that until lockdown, no movement can be allowed between any states.
Absolutely, Pramod. Thanks so much for joining us with all of those details. So this group of migrant workers have been given shelter in Namakkal at the moment. Meanwhile, let's move to the state of Maharashtra, where there are about 6 lakh migrants who are stranded, who are just waiting to actually get a way to go back home. Now, in fact, after Maharashtra's Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray had written to the centre on this particular issue, now Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar has also written to the Union Railway Minister requesting him to arrange for special trains from Mumbai and Pune for migrant workers, because the rationale for that is that post the lockdown, all the migrant workers will want to go home as soon as they find the routes are open, and they will all rush in large numbers. We'll in fact get you more details on that, but for now, this is the letter that has gone from Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar on this particular issue, given that Mumbai and Pune are two cities where there are a lot of migrant workers at the moment who are here right now. They have been given assurances by the state government that they will be provided for, they will be taken care of, but we are seeing multiple incidents of migrant workers still wanting to make their way back home. Because remember, they're out of jobs, the livelihoods have been hit, so right now they want to go home, but obviously all the transportation is shut at this point in time. So what the Deputy Chief Minister's point is that as soon as it opens out, all right, we've in fact got Mayuresh with us. Mayuresh, obviously this is a very serious issue, and this letter has gone from both the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, but it remains to be seen how the centre is going to react to it. All right, there seems to be a problem with the line with Mayuresh, but essentially these are the issues with migrant workers across the country at this point in time. We'll have to wait and watch to see how the situation is actually dealt with. But let's now turn our attention to the state of West Bengal. Remember, there has been a massive tussle between the centre and this West Bengal state government on the issue of the interministerial teams which are in the state trying to take stock of that entire situation. Now, in fact, amid the intensifying face-off between the centre and Bengal government, Governor Jagdeep Dhankar has upped the ante against Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. He asked the Chief Minister about what was gained from WHO's visit to East Midnapur and Bishnupur, in fact, also taking a dig at the state government as well, terming the governor termed the visit of WHO as a red carpet visit, in contrast to the claims made by the interministerial team, which said that they're being blocked by the Bengal government in assessing the lockdown situation in the state. Meanwhile, as far as the interministerial team is concerned, they have asked for more details from the state government. They want details of what is the preparedness of the entire state at this point in time. They want to make another visit to the coronavirus hit hotspots in the state as well to see how it is being maintained, and also they want to be accompanied by the relevant officers in charge of those particular areas rather than just the local police. Time to slip into a quick break. More on the other side. Stay tuned. Breaking news, it's coming in. Haryana government has decided to bring back all its students who had gone to Kota and Rajasthan to study. Haryana authorities have arranged 31 state buses that will ply to Rajasthan, and a total of 851 students from Haryana are currently in Kota. Gurpreet is joining us for more details. Gurpreet, this has of course been a bone of contention because some of the states have in fact been bringing students from Kota back to their home states.
Well, yes, there was a tremendous demand from the parents, and that's why the government has taken this decision. Now, the buses from Haryana, buses will go from here, and they will bring 851 students from Kota who are studying there. Their parents were worried about this thing. They were thinking about their children also, and because of coronavirus, as it's a second lockdown, and that's why they were very anxious and they were very concerned about their children. Now, the Haryana government has taken this decision. Now, buses will go from Rewari and near other places to Kota and bring all the children back.
All right, Gurpreet, thanks so much for joining us with those details. Meanwhile, Times Network's Shabir sent us this report from Annasalai area of Chennai, where cops are maintaining strict vigil to ensure lockdown compliance. Remember, Tamil Nadu as a state, has in fact been struggling to maintain and implement the strict lockdown norms. Take a look.
It's been almost a month since lockdown was enforced to battle coronavirus. These are the scenes that are there out on the streets. You can see government vehicles, vehicles of doctors, and people who are having valid passes are only being allowed to venture out, in these checkposts. And similar checkposts have been put up across Chennai city, where vehicle checks are being carried out, and those who are violating, the lockdown norms, their vehicles are being seized. We are here, on Mount Road, and this is the scene that you can see outside the Anna Salai police station, where several vehicles have been seized in the past few days because these are the people who are venturing out without any reasons or without having any kind of pass. And according to Chennai City Police, they say that they are trying their level best to ensure that people stay indoors to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But there is only limited cooperation from the people, even if they are visiting markets and buying essential commodities or groceries. They have also slapped cases against 2 lakh people for violating lockdown. They have fined people, and they have collected an amount of 2,68 crore, and that is how the Chennai police and the police across the state is trying to prevent people from venturing out on the streets.
Meanwhile, in Bengaluru, MG Road area of Bengaluru has always been one of the busiest parts of the entire city. But over the last 1 month, due to the lockdown, the entire area has been completely deserted. Here's a ground report.
We're standing here at the Kaveri Emporium Junction, bang in the middle of MG Road, connecting Brigade Road and Church Street, one of the busiest roads that you'll see in Bengaluru. It's been over a month since the lockdown here, and you can see most of the roads, of course, like even the main roads like these, have been barricaded, entry points only allowed in certain places. But the biggest effect of the lockdown, of course, has been, all of these shops and establishments shut, starting from clothing to electronics to even the metro, of course, right? That's quite famous here. The MG Road Metro, which sees a huge footfall on a daily basis, has been shut for over a month now. And of course, it has affected the lives of people to a large people. Shops like these, of course, have a lot of people who come here to work, from salesmen to housekeeping staff to, people who work at the restaurants here, from cooks to waiters to many people who, of course, are at this point in time going through difficult times. While some of them, of course, are getting paid, many of them have lost jobs, many of them are not getting their salaries, which, of course, is becoming a big problem. The Chief Minister has announced a few relaxations in Karnataka from today, but we'll really have to wait and watch how long before the city kicks back to normalcy.
Well, from Bengaluru to Jammu, the story seems to be the same. In Jammu as well, in Raghunath Market, which used to be an extremely busy area of Jammu, has also remained deserted over the last 1 month. Here's another ground report.
Right now I am walking to the street of Raghunath Bazaar that is considered to be hub of tourist activity, and today deserted lanes, closed shops are going to greet you, and this has become new normal. Life has come to screeching halt, everything has come to standstill, hotels are closed, and right now I am outside Raghunath temple. Every day, more than 2,000 to 3,000 people throng this temple, and today for the first time, gates of this temple are closed. Hardly there is any activity. Instead of people, you will find many a cops and men in khaki. But there are certain positive also. The growth of coronavirus has decreased drastically because of the 30 days of lockdown. Initially, there had been a spike in cases so far as Jammu region is concerned. But now there is hardly 1 or 2 cases coming within a week or 10 days. We have some people here with us. Let's speak to them and find out how really this lockdown has changed their life. Zindagi aapki kaise badal gayi?
एकदम ये जो कोरोना वायरस की वजह से आराम से एकदम बैठ गए और ज़िंदगी एकदम मतलब बाहर निकलने का इंसान को निकलना भी चाहिए और निकलने की जरूरत भी नहीं है। घर में बैठो आराम से अपनी फैमिली के साथ टाइम पास करो और ये जो रोज रोज बाहर आने का उसका फायदा है।
Here the people are totally dependent upon pilgrim tourism. But because of Vaishno Devi being closed, Amarnath Yatra being suspended, most of the temples closed here, so hardly anybody is coming over to this area, because of which economic activity has been affected. But despite all these things, what is positive is that people feel that this is for their benefit, so they are in fact adhering to lockdown norms. Nobody is coming out except for the people who are involved in essential activities and essential services.
Meanwhile, Times Network also reports from Akhnur Bridge on the Jammu-Poonch National Highway. Now, the bridge is considered a lifeline in the border district of Poonch and Rajouri. Given the large number of trucks that in fact pass through this bridge every day, the administration has started an awareness drive for truckers. Take a look.
We are collectively facing pandemic threat that is sweeping across humanities beyond borders, boundaries and ocean. In absence of any treatment for this killer coronavirus, the best antidote is well-aware society. That is exactly what the administration here is doing on Jammu-Poonch National Highway. This is the bridge that is considered to be lifeline connecting areas along line of control. Every day more than 1,000 trucks carrying essential commodities move from this place, and whenever trucks come out to this place, the drivers are asked to get their vehicle number registered, and during the process of getting their vehicle number registered, they are shown certain slides with the help of projector. Basic idea is that they are trying to generate awareness among them, certain do's and don'ts they should follow, like properly sanitizing their hand, properly sanitizing the steering of their, avoid touching your face while you're driving, use soap and water. They hardly get time to either watch television channel or anything else. So what to do is that they are trying to generate awareness so that when they will be going back home, they'll be properly getting themselves clean. Besides this, they also keep on issuing them masks. They also provide them sanitizer. If somebody is not carrying sanitizer with them, they are providing them sanitizer. They are providing them mask so that they are well aware of the disease. And when they reach home, they immediately go back to their washroom. They first of all wash their clothes, wash their hands, take shower, and only then they can sit with their family members or wherever they are going. So these lessons are really very important. And these people are considered to be lifeline because they are the ones who are carrying essential commodity every day. And these are the measures being taken by administration here in Balwal area on Akhnur Bridge, because this is the point from where most of the vehicles cross, and that is one of the reasons they had chosen this registration point. The two things will be sorted out. One, they will be having the less footfall of people. The registration people normally come out to this place, and they are trying to utilize this facility also for generating awareness.
Meanwhile, in Chandigarh, of course, has also been identified as one of the hotspots with a number of coronavirus cases, and there's obviously very less vehicular movement in the city, and it has, of course, been under lockdown for the past month.
If we can talk about the markets, we can see that only essential services are allowed to be opened by the administration, because all the precautions are being taken by the administration to avoid spreading of COVID-19 in the city. And we can see from Sector 19 market, all the shops are closed. Only medical stores and Haryana stores, they are allowed to be opened in the city. And still these are under the monitoring of the administration so that nobody should violate curfew norms at all.
And on that note, it's time to wrap up this edition of The Big Story. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow now.